Hello everyone, my name is Jake as always, and I'm your coach of the Green Bay Pikachus in the National Pokemon Competitive Conference, the NPCC, as well as the World Pokemon Association, the WPA, a draft league I am creating that prohibits legendary Pokemon from being used to spice up draft format a bit, and we are also using PPL, Pokemon Premier League pricing, so there's that. If you want to be in that league, just comment on this video or post it on Twitter or contact me via Twitter, Skype, anything, everything will be in the description down below, as well as rules to the league, the video that I made a couple weeks ago. But with that being said, I welcome you to week number 8 of the NPCC, where if we defeat the New Age Steel and the Antelope City Aggrons, we will be in the playoffs because we'll be 7-2 because we automatically win week 9. Because somebody quit the league, so I automatically get a win. So we'll be 7-2. Differential will be so much higher than everyone else's, so they can't catch up. So we'll be facing Brad, aka U-Turn Crobat, and then New London Zoroarks. So this is win and we're in. So we control our own destiny. And we're facing New Age. His links will be in the description for his Twitter and YouTube, so check him out. He makes quality content. We're bringing Scarf Germaniton to speed tie with his Scarf Kyurem, because he's got nothing for Latias if he doesn't bring Scarf Kyurem. Manectrix HB Ice doesn't do shit. Ferrothorn's not going to be able to do that much, even with knockoff. Yeah, Trevenant's there. Shadow Claw will hurt, but we have switch-ins in our Amoonguss and our Bisharp for that, so I'm not really too worried. And then we are bringing Wakanberry offensive with Dragon Pulse Milotic, because we spike stacked him with Crustle and Stealth Rock, because we have Defiant Bisharp and competitive Milotic, in case he brought Default Golbat, which he didn't, so he just kind of dies to hazards. And then we got Sub SD knockoff Ironhead Bisharp, because it's just such an effective set most weeks. And we're bringing it this week because it puts in a lot of work. And then we have Physically Defensive Amoonguss, Reflect Light Screen Latias, and Crustle, like I already explained. And we're actually going to lead Darmanitan because I predicted either Ferrothorn or Trevenant's lead. So I wanted to threaten him out in U-turn. And he goes into Rhydon, which allows us to directly switch in after the U-turn into our Crustle, which allows us to spike stack him and set up Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock is the main priority for the Kyurem Black because that was the biggest threat of the entire game. He wants to go for an Earthquake. Fine by me. I'm going to set up a Spike. So we have one layer Spike, one Stealth Rock up, which we only can get one. He decides to keep his Stealth Rock up instead of killing it off, which was the right play. Otherwise, he wasn't going to allow us to... otherwise, he wasn't going to get rocks up this game, essentially, ever. Because we have Milotic now and can scare him out. So predicting the Trevenant Ferrothorn coming, I'm going in to my Bisharp as a double. And as you can see, it pays huge dividends because he goes into his Hashirama or Hashirama, his Trevenant, which allows us to get behind a substitute and start setting up in this Trevenant's face. And if he doesn't have Earthquake or like Drain Punch, he can't break our subs. Not after one hit at least. So we can just set up a sub or an SD right now. Right in his Rhydon's face, or not right in his Rhydon's face, as he switches into Rhydon, and we can just click Ironhead. Ironhead plus knockoff will for sure knock it out. He can break our sub, but this set's going to be putting in a lot of work, and if we got a flinch, he's in a really bad position, which we do not get a flinch, which is fortunate for him. 30% chance, which is not a big deal at all. I wasn't banking on the flinch because I didn't need to. I just wanted to threaten out his team as much as possible. And I want to click knockoff there because there's no reason for me not to click knockoff. It knocked out the Rhydon bullet range and anything died aside from Ferrothorn and maybe Slowbro upon switching. So that works out very well for us. And he goes into Manectric here. I think he should have went Kyurem Black, honestly, because he's forced into Flamethrower here. If he would have went Thunderbolt, he just would have died. So I knew he had to click Flamethrower, which is why my Latias was a very safe switch and not allowing him to get a lot of initiative with Volt Switch. So he goes for Flamethrower, which allows me to actually set up my Light Screen, which allows Bisharp to sweep easier after this hazard damage and after, like, just for the Slowbro. Instead of going straight into Bisharp, because Scald could be approaching us, or Freeze with Ice Beam, I go into my Amoonguss because it's a lot safer switch-in. As he goes for the Focus Blast, revealing Focus Blast, which is interesting. And I'm actually going to double back into Bisharp, getting a little ahead of myself right here, because I'm predicting one of his 2 grass types coming, which just allows Bisharp to set up again. So Bisharp going right in, and we're behind a light screen, so I'm not afraid of anything. So clearly I'm going to go for a sub again in case he wants to try to get cheeky and go for, you know, in case he wants to switch out, or in case he wants to Will-O-Wisp again. Sub's just by far the best play here, no matter what. He goes for his own sub, which That's a losing situation, buddy. You probably should have just switched out directly into your main Nectric, because the sub more than likely was... It doesn't matter. Yeah, sub was coming. I would have been behind the sub before you switched, so I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, like, because he's in a bad position regardless of what he does. So, pretty much we were getting a kill again with Bisharp here. And I could have set up more, but I knew it wasn't really worth it. I guess I should have gotten behind the sub again before knocking out this Trevenant. That would have been a better play. But I guess I just knock out Trevenant, not wanting to waste light screen turns. And no matter what he goes into, we pretty much get another kill. Ferrothorn allows us to set up behind the sub again, so we can't go to that. Kyurem Black can't kill us behind... It can't kill us with anything, so... We were getting another kill, and I knew I'd live this pretty well because of the light screen and our investment in HP, so Manectric goes down. There's really not a whole lot he can do at this given point. Light screen did wear off in the nick of time. Otherwise, we would have just gotten another kill because, yeah, Earth Power wouldn't have killed us with that amount of HP and the light screen being up. So, we're going straight back into Latias. Yeah, I know he's not going to go for a Dragon or Ice move unless he's feeling really ballsy. And I didn't really need Latias anyway in this match, but I'm just going for a Roost for longevity purposes because, you know, it does well. Like, having Latias isn't necessarily a bad thing. And honestly, I should have doubled right back into Bisharp here, knowing that he knows that I could have added Dragon move on my set. Spoiler, I think I had Psychic instead, or Psyshock, rather than a Dragon move, because I didn't really feel the need for it, because we have other things to deal with Kyurem Black, so I didn't necessarily need a Dragon move. And he actually goes for a Thunder Wave, which is a good play. And this Thunder Wave is actually going to be a thorn in our side. Ferrothorn. Okay, I'm going to stop now. But it's actually kind of annoying because that allows us his Slowbro and everything else besides Ferrothorn to outspeed us. And I actually tried to go for Substitute here. But we don't nonetheless. And that kind of stinks. So now we have to switch out because like I don't want to get hit with Focus Blast. I don't want to risk Para, and I know he outspeeds. So I just go into my Loadic because it's our safest switch in. If he goes for Ice Beam, it's not going to freeze. If he freezes us, we have Scald, Dawn, Thaw. Or to Thaw, I should say. So it doesn't really matter. And here, it's kind of just a stall fest right here for a few turns. Because I don't want to switch into anything else. And I basically am just trying to get a burn on anything. As you can see, he gets a burn. But we don't have Marvel Scale. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Because Kyurem Black's Terrorful nullifies Marvel Scale. So it's not really too big of an issue. And honestly, I don't know why he goes into Ferrothorn, and then the very next turn, he switches out. The only thing he's doing in that situation is like taking more spikes and Stealth Rock damage. He should have just like stayed in with Slowbro. I know he's trying to get rid of the Regenerator boost, but it's really not going to work out too well for him as we get the burn right there, which is just going to royally screw over his Slowbro's longevity. And I knew it was Assault Vest right when he revealed Focus Blast. I failed to state that before. But I instantly knew it was Assault Vest, so during the battle. This battle happened like a week and a half ago, so if some of my memory is incorrect, I apologize in advance. But nonetheless, we're just going to keep scalding because we don't have a better play, and we get a crit right there, which didn't really matter. Like, he knocks off our Rakanberry at this point. Kyurem Black's just taking so much damage that we know he's Scarfed because he outspeed Latias. I failed to state that before, too. But that's the reason I stayed in before with Latias, just to see if he's actually Scarfed or not, and I figured he was Scarfed, but I just wanted to make sure, and he was, so this is a pretty monotonous part of the battle. Like, not a whole lot's going on. Like, there's some exciting plays earlier in the beginning by us, but everything's pretty boring. We're just trying to slowly win this battle. Like, it's going very slow at this point, and I wanted to go to Bisharp because I wanted to get behind a Substitute before that Ferrothorn goes down, and we get paired again, which sucks because he's got knockoff. That's his essentially only move to hit us with, and our leftovers are knocked off, which is honestly kind of annoying because that would have kind of paid dividends. We would have gotten behind a sub. He could not have broken our sub, and we would have gotten a lot more HP back with this thing, and we would have been in decent shape nonetheless. But now we're behind a sub, and I can easily just click knockoff on this Slowbro. And as long as we don't get fully paired, Bisharp's going to pick up his 4th kill of the match. Now, I don't know about you guys, but Bisharp has been by far a huge MVP of this entire season. 13 kills to 3 deaths. Just let that soak in. Under the radar, Kelly. Saying Bisharp's bad in draft format. I'm just kidding. He didn't necessarily say it's bad, but Kelly's a really cool guy. You should totally check out Under the Radar on YouTube. Anyway, he locks himself in the Iron Head, and he's just trying to flinch my entire team to death, which was basically not going to happen because we have Latias, and Latias could take a lot of hits. And we do defeat New Age Steel and the Antelope Aggrons, and thus making ourselves into playoffs. Bada boom! We're in the playoffs, guys. Zebstrika Army. My name is Jacob, as always. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. I love you all so very much. Adios, Zebstrika Army. Bye-bye.